Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this brand new lecture. This is lecture number 5 in projectile motion. And last class we had seen some questions, straightforward questions on projectile motion. We'll continue with that, and I'll give you some more questions in today's class. And today's class we will go back to what we were doing in the beginning of the chapter, which was equation of trajectory. So we'll go back and have a look at the equation of trajectory. But let us solve some more problems from the previous class. I think those problems are the one which are going to come. So let me give you some more problems. Okay, this is the one we will start with. Remember, these are very simple problems, and these are the type of problems that are coming these days. So be very careful. Do not make a mistake. You might find the same problem in your paper, which is going to happen next year. So this is the problem coming for you. For a projectile, the ratio of maximum height reached to the square of the time of flight. The ratio of maximum height to the square of time of flight. That is what they're asking. I'll give you 2 minutes to do this. The options are given. To tell me which is the option. G has to be taken as 10. It is not a ratio because maximum height and square of time of flight are not of the same dimension. So they want what is the value, numerical value that is coming. 2 minutes. This is just for you to get accustomed with the different formulae that we have done. Yes. Do we have an answer for this one? Anyone? No one? Shall I do it? Such a difficult question.
5:4, sir.
5:4. That is correct. It should not take on so much of time, but it's okay. You got the right answer. So basically, if I talk about range, no, it is not question of range. I think it's question of maximum height. If I talk about the maximum height, H max, the formula is U square sine square theta by 2g. If I talk about the time of flight, the formula is 2u sine theta by g. I have to find h by r square. So h by t square. So h by t square becomes u square sine square theta by 2g. It has to be divided by time square. So it becomes 4u square sine square theta divided by g square. U square cancel, sine square cancel, 1g and 1g cancels, this g goes away, goes on the top, so it becomes 10 by 8, g is 10, 10 divided by 8, and the answer is 5 by 4. Everyone got this, yes or no? Okay. Remember, the more the number of questions you do, the more is the chances that same question are going to come in your exam. The more are the chances that you can do them quickly than the other fellow who is sitting right next to you. It's all about practice, my dear friend. The only thing that you can do is practice, work hard, and you will be inside the main gate of an IIT. Not going there to visit, but going there to study. A cricketer can throw a ball to a maximum horizontal distance. Read the question carefully. See what is the important point here. Maximum horizontal distance of 100 meters. The speed with which he throws the ball equal to the nearest integer. You can take GS 10 or 9.8 or whatever. Nearest integer they're asking. What is the answer to this one? Remember, nearest integer. Give you 1 minute to do this. Yes, do we have an answer? Well, I don't know why it is taking so much of time. If it is taking so much of time, that means probably you are not thinking correctly. Maximum horizontal range. What do you mean by maximum horizontal range? When is the range maximum? We don't know when the range is maximum. Is that so? Anyone knows when is the range maximum? Yes.
U square by G.
When it is maximum? In what condition is it maximum? U square by G is correct. When is it maximum? When the angle of projection is when the angle of projection is 45 degrees. I don't know why you are getting so confused. Range is maximum. If you don't remember it, please note it now. Theta is 45 for maximum range, and that maximum range is U square by G. That's it. That is given as 100. That implies U square is G multiplied by 100. You can take G as 10. 10 multiplied by 100. That means U will be equal to under root of 1000. And this is approximately 31 point something. The nearest integer is 32. So the correct answer is C, 32. Was it so difficult to do that you cannot do it? So difficult? Yes or no? Difficult? Okay, I hope better sense will prevail in the next question. Now remember, whatever questions we are doing, they are doing it for a purpose. Once we do that question, remember what we have learned from that question and keep them with you. Mark them as important points. Remember them. This is the next one that is going to come. Question number 4, if I remember the numbers correctly. For bodies P, Q, R, and S are projected with equal velocities, having angles of projection 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees respectively. The body having the shortest range. Which body will have the shortest range? Which body has the shortest range? 1 minute.
Sir, A, sir.
Yes, sir. A, sir. P, sir. That is correct, sir. How did you get it, sir? Now remember, see, at 45 degrees, the range is maximum. Keep this in mind. At 45 degrees, you have maximum range. Now, when the angle is more than 45, range decreases. When the angle is less than 45, range decreases. As you go farther away from 45, whether you are going away from 45 in more than 45 range, 50, 55, 60, 65, or you are going more from 45, away from 45 in the lower range, 35, 30, 10, 15, and so on. In both the cases, the farther you go from 45 degrees, the less is the range. Do we understand this? So the angle which will have the least range will be the angle farthest away from 45. Now in this we have 15, 30, 45 and 60. Which angle is farthest away from 45? That is 30. This is one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is simply put the values of angle in the range wala formula and get your answer, but that will take a lot of time. Don't have to waste that much of time. The farthest away from 45 is the minimum range. The closest from 45 you will have more range. At 45 you have the maximum range. Do we understand this? Yes or no? So that is how you can remember it. Please remember it. Comes the next question. Look at the question, see what is there, answer the question, stay happy. Question number, let's see who gets me the answer.
Sir, D, sir.
Sir, D, sir. 4, 3, 2, 1. Highest first. Fourth is highest. Yes, that is correct. Absolutely correct. How do we do this? What are the things that we need to see in this question? In this question, we need to see that maximum height in all the four cases is same. Do we see this? Yes or no? Now, maximum height, H max, is equal to U square, or I should not write it as U square, I should write it as uy square by 2g. It is directly proportional to uy square. If I look at the time of flight, then it is 2 times uy by g. So basically, if the maximum heights are same, that means uy is same. If uy is same, that means time of flight is same. Do we understand this? So instead of telling you straight away that they have the same time of flight, they have given you this diagram. From this diagram, we see that maximum height is same. Maximum height same, meaning time of flight is same. Now, if the time of flight is same, I can use the formula for range as ux multiplied by t. Now, time of flight is same for all the four cases. So I can write range will be directly proportional to the initial horizontal component of velocity. So the particle which has more initial horizontal component, remember vertical components are same, more initial horizontal component also means more initial velocity because vertical velocities are same. So the particle which has the maximum horizontal velocity initially or maximum velocity initially will be the one that will go farthest. The farthest one that you can see is 4. That means particle number 4 will have the maximum horizontal initial velocity, and therefore the correct option is option number 4. Do we understand this? Try to apply what you have learned, and the more you apply that, the better you are going to be. Comes the next question. And here is the next one. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve it. Yes, what is the answer? A, B, C, D. A particle covers 50-meter distance when projected with an initial speed. If the speed is doubled, you are doubling the speed. What happens to the range? What happens to the range? It becomes 4 times. Yes or no? So 50 multiplied by 4, and the correct answer is
C.
200 meters. C. I hope everyone got this. Yes or no? Okay, here comes the next one. Read the question. Remember what you had, how you had done it. Remember, if there's anything that you need to note, just note it with the question. A particle is thrown with a speed v at an angle theta has a range r on Earth. For same v and theta, what is the range on the surface of Moon? Do you know the relation between Earth's gravity and Moon's gravity? Earth's gravity and Moon's gravity. Acceleration due to gravity on Moon is acceleration due to gravity on Earth divided by 6. It is 1 by 6. So you can use this information, solve the question, and stay happy.
Six
Alright.
hours.
The range would be 6 times r. It is very simple to understand this. How do you get this range? Is u square sine of 2 theta divided by g. Now we are throwing it with the same speed. We are throwing it with the same speed at the same angle. So I can say that range is inversely proportional to g, or I can say range into g is a constant. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Range into g is constant. So range on earth multiplied by g on earth will be equal to range on moon multiplied by g on moon. Now we know that g on moon is g on earth divided by 6. I can put it here. Range on earth is r multiplied by g on earth is g. Range on moon is rm. G on moon is ge, which is g divided by 6. Things will cancel out and you will have the final result. Range on moon is 6 times the range on earth. Remember this, gravity is 1 by 6 times. Lighter, you will feel lighter, you can jump higher. Do you understand this? Yes or no? Simple thing that you must remember. You don't have to solve it. The next time it comes around, straight away mark the question and move ahead. This is the next one that comes on your screen right away. Do it fast so that I can move ahead quickly. I want you to do a lot of practice. That is why I'm giving you so much question. The more the number of questions that you do, the more will be the confidence that you get. But if you don't do it fast enough, I have a course to cover. If you don't do it fast enough, I will have to omit some questions. You do it fast enough so that I can do it. I just can't keep on giving you so much time, because if I see that the time is getting too much, I will cut short questions. I hope you understand it. There is a course that needs to be covered. A particle is thrown into space so that the maximum horizontal range is r. Take the point of projection as origin. Find the coordinates of the point where the speed of the particle is minimum. So it requires you to understand maximum horizontal range. It requires you to understand where is the speed of the particle minimum. If you understand those two things, the answer is pretty much straightforward. 1 minute, do it fast. Anyone with an answer? Okay, I will have to move on. So
Option C.
option C is correct. They are asking you point of position is taken as origin. So I've taken it as origin. The point where the speed is minimum. Where is the speed minimum? Speed is minimum at the highest point. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now what are the coordinates of highest point? The x coordinate. How much is the x coordinate of the highest point? I told you that. Yes. It is r by 2. Yes or no? So one coordinate is r by 2. As soon as you get the first coordinate, you don't have to go anywhere else because the answer is straight away option C. Yes or no? But when this question might come in a JEE, they might have 2 options or 3 options or all the 4 options having r by 2. That means you also need to find out what is the y coordinate. The y coordinate is h max. Yes or no? That is the y coordinate. So you have to find out h max in terms of r. What else is given? This is maximum horizontal range is given as r. So the angle of projection is 45 degrees. Yes or no? So the angle of projection is 45 degrees. Yes or no? Then we use that formula. Which formula? H max divided by the range r is tan theta divided by 4. Do you remember this formula that we had used? Every question has been done for a specific purpose to use all the formulas that we have done. So I can write H max as r by 4 multiplied by tan of theta. Here the range is maximum, so theta is 45 degrees, tan of 45 is 1. So your H max becomes r by 4. So your x coordinate is already r by 2. Your y coordinate now becomes r by 4. In any case, the correct answer is option C. I hope you got this. Yes or no? Please remember where we have used which formula. I've given you all the possible combinations of the formula that were there so that, and I've made sure that we do at least one, in some cases more than one question on each formula so that you can remember them and use them. This is the next one. A large number of bullets are fired in all directions with the same speed. What is the maximum area on ground these bullets will spread? 1 minute to do it. And the answer is maximum area on ground. So you are throwing it dung, 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 dung. Maximum area means you have to look for maximum range. How much is the maximum range? U square by G. Yes or no? So what is the maximum area? Pi into R max square. So answer is pi U square by G. Do we get this? That simple as that. Here comes the next one. Do it fast. Next one comes on your screen now. A particle is projected with an initial velocity of 6i and 8j. G is 10 meter per second square. What is the horizontal range of the particle? G should be taken as 9.8 here because it is not given. Take it as 10. So you'll have to take it as 9.8. Anyone with an answer? 1 minute. Yes, my dear friends. No answer. I will have to move ahead and tell you the answer. How are you going to do this? This is Ux. This is Uy. So range is simply 2 times Ux, Uy by G. That was the only formula that remained that we had not done. So you can straight away do it in this way. 2 into 6 into 8 divided by 9.8, and that is the answer that you will get. I hope you understand this. Yes or no? Remember, there could be many ways in which you can solve a problem, but you will have to look for the quickest way that takes us to the next heading of this, and that is already covered before: equation of trajectory. Equation of trajectory of a projectile. Now, I've already told you some things about equation of trajectory. Equation of trajectory is nothing but the relation between x and y coordinates of the particle. It tells us what path that particle is going to follow. If you know the value of x, you can calculate the value of y. If you know the value of y, you can calculate the value of x, and so on. And if you remember, we had also found out the equation of trajectory of this particle. Does anyone remember that equation of trajectory? Yes, I have raised hand. So If you remember it, this is the projectile, initial velocity u, angle theta. I take any random point C. This random point C has the x coordinate as x and y coordinate as y. I will not go how we derive it because we have already derived it. Yes or no? Tell me what is the equation of trajectory of this particle? What is the equation of trajectory of this particle? Tell me. What is the equation of trajectory of this particle? Yes? Y is equal to x tan theta minus g x square by 2 times u square cos square theta. Do we remember this? This is the equation of trajectory of this particle. Note it down and remember it. We will write this equation in different ways. The first way is this one. What is the second way of writing the same equation? Y is equal to x tan theta minus g x square by 2 times u cos theta is ux, so I can write it as ux ka whole square. What is the third way of writing the same equation? X tan theta minus g x square by 2 times u square. 1 by cos square theta can be written as sec square theta. So I write sec square theta on the top. What is the other way of writing the same equation? Y is equal to x tan theta minus g x square by 2u square. Sec square theta is 1 plus tan square theta. You can write it this way. What is last way of writing this? I can take x tan theta constant and I can write it as 1 minus x by r, where r stands for the horizontal range. This all these formulas can be very easily proved. We are not going to get into that. The first formula we have already done. If you remember it, I don't know if you remember it, but we have already done this formula when we were doing the equation of trajectory. I gave you some sample problems on equation of trajectory, and that is the time when we had done this equation of trajectory of this, and here it is. If you don't recollect it, this is how we had found out the equation of trajectory. This is the x coordinate of the particle, this is the y coordinate of the particle. We just removed or eliminated t from this. We got the equation. That was the first equation right now which I have written. Once we get the first equation, the rest of the equations are pretty straightforward. The rest of the equations are pretty straightforward. And these are the 5 equations that we have done. Everyone understands this? Yes or no? No, yes. Well then, we shall move ahead in life and solve this question. Remember, most of this question have come in your JEE. This is one from one of the previous JEEs of my time in the year 1990s. It came. The trajectory of a particle is represented by y is equal to root 3x minus gx square by 2. What is the angle of projection of this particle? How much is the angle of projection? At what angle it is projected? I'll give you 1 minute to do this.
Sir, option C, sir.
Sir, option C, sir. That is absolutely correct, sir. How did we get is we just know the equation of trajectory. We just compare the terms. The equation of trajectory is x tan theta minus gx square by 2 times u square cos square theta. We just compare it. Whatever is there with x is tan theta. It is root 3. Tan theta is root 3. So theta has to be 60 degrees. No questions asked. No answers given. The correct option is option C. Yes or no? Comes the next one. This one. The path followed by a body projected along y-axis is given by this. G is 10. What is the initial velocity of projection of the particle? You have 1 minute to do this.
B, sir.
Okay, we got one answer. B. How much is B? B is 2 root 10. That is correct. Everyone got the same answer. We got this? Everyone? How are we supposed to do this? Again, we just start to compare the terms. The equation of trajectory is x tan theta minus, if I put the value of g as 10, it becomes 5 by 2 x square by u square cos square theta. It's not 5 by 2, it is 5 because 1 by 2 multiplied by g is 10, 10 by 2 is 5. So this becomes the equation of trajectory. Yes or no? I put the value of g as 10. I compare terms. Tan theta becomes equal to 3, root 3. So theta is 60 degrees. Then I compare the other term. Here I have half. Okay, let me use a different color pen. Here I have half. And here I have 5 u square cos square theta. Yes or no? That means 5 divided by u square cos square theta is my half. That implies 10 will be equal to u square cos square 60, and cos square 60 is 1 by 4. Yes or no? If you get to that stage, I think from here you can calculate the value of u, and the value of u that you're going to get is going to come as 2 root 10. Everyone got this? Can I have raise hands from everyone in the class? Well done. The girls in the back, are we getting something? Backbenchers? Boys, girls, backbenchers, are we getting any answers or not? Yes, sir, or no, sir?
Yes, sir.
But I don't see your raised hands. I'm going for a eye checkup today. I think my eyesight is going weak, but I can still see a raised hand. I mean, it's difficult for me to read small things. I can still see raised hands from the back. Okay, the last one for today's class. The equation of a projectile is y is equal to 16x minus 5x square by 4. What is the horizontal range? You have 1 minute because the entire class is of 3 minutes now. Just my dear friends, is it looking too confusing? Remember, there is a reason why every question is done in my class. Whatever I have told you, that must be backed with questions, sufficient question and examples. I have given you 4 or 5 different variations of the same equation, and I want you to be accustomed with all these variations of the question. So since the time of the class is over, what I'll do is I'll give you this question as homework so that you can try it at home and get accustomed to this question. 1 or 2 variations of the question, types of question are still left that I will cover in the next class. Don't worry, I will be covering up it in the next class. Remember, unless and until I cover everything that I have to cover, the course is still not over, the topic still goes on. Whatever we do, and we'll do everything that is possible that can come in your exam, we will do it to the extent that nothing is left. That's my prime intention, that all the questions, all the type of questions that have ever come in any of the JEEs, they should be covered. They would be covered. And the probability of a new question coming, whether it is JEE Main, is 0. JEE Advanced 0.0000000000000000000000001%. You will not get a new question if you do what we are doing in the class. So on that note, I will wind off this class. Take care. God bless all of you. And please practice. Did you get the sheet that I sent you?
No, sir.
Where is that sheet then? Where is that sheet? I'll find out where that sheet is. I'll find out where that sheet is. Okay. Next class, we will continue on with this. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, beta.